Welcome to the 2003 National Football League College Draft.
Now we have the Chicago Bears, one of the two picks, 13 and 22, off the trade made yesterday. The Bears have made their pick, and now the pick is in.
The Chicago Bears select Michael Haynes, defensive end from Penn State.
Michael Haynes, Chicago.
Underrated is the word I would describe Michael Haynes with. He's a guy that, for whatever reason, didn't get a lot of publicity. Wasn't talked about much in terms of the first round. I had him going in the first round, but he was a guy that people were saying, well, he's okay. Well, guess what? In 2002, he led the Big Ten in sacks with 15. He had 22 tackles for loss. Forced a school record, 7 fumbles. Know about the Penn State talent base over the years. 7 forced fumbles means he's getting after the quarterback. Down in Mobile, best players in the country. He had 2 sacks, forced 2 more fumbles. One of the top players on game day at the Senior Bowl. So when I look at Michael Haynes, it's all about production. At the combine, he got hurt running the 40. His time wasn't very good. He went through the rest of the workout. Numbers weren't up to par. During his individual testing, he did a heck of a job. 4.71, 40 was what he ran at 278 pounds. So when you look at Michael Haynes, workout was strong, production was excellent, but for whatever reason, Mort, he wasn't discussed as one of the mid-first rounders that were out there.
The Bears will be judged by how they traded out of that top 5. Haynes is going to have to be an impact player for them to be excused.
Well, particularly because they could have gotten Dwayne Robertson. That's the one that seems to be everybody wanted Dwayne Robertson. They could have got him.
They have Cordell Stewart at quarterback. Do they take a quarterback?
Kyle Bowler or Rex Grossman. Let's don't forget Grossman or Chris Sims.
With the 22nd selection in the 2003 NFL Draft, the Chicago Bears select Rex Grossman, quarterback, University of Florida.
You look at Rex and what he did under Steve Spurrier, some huge numbers in 20 years. You have to go back to, this is in 2001 season when he led the nation in total offense and passing efficiency. The last quarterback to do that was Steve Young way back in '83, 34 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. This year, he did struggle with 17 picks, but he didn't have an offensive line. Taylor Jacobs was nicked up some, and you look at the wide receiving core, losing Caldwell and losing Gaffney early to the NFL, yet he still had overall a solid year. This kid has the arm strength to be able to play in the Windy City, something Cade McNown didn't have a few years ago. You look at Rex Grossman, he has that swagger that a Jim McMahon had, and I think that's what he brings to this football team as the heir apparent to Cordell Stewart.
When they only gave Cordell Stewart a 2-year contract, I mean, that tells you that wasn't a long-range plan. So
what's different about this guy is he does have the arm strength.
Some people think he has the playmaking ability of a guy like a Brett Favre.
I'm just so excited. I'm here in Chicago. The Bears drafted me 22nd overall. I'm just thrilled. I just got to learn everything there is about the Chicago Bear offense and then just be comfortable in that system. And I play my best when I'm comfortable. I know everything going on, and I can just go out and play the game. I just feel like I've got what it takes, and hopefully I can play well for the Bears and do everything that they asked me to do.
Welcome back to ESPN's continuing coverage of the 68th NFL College entry draft. Chicago Bears were on the clock, and they have made their choice. Charles Tillman, the senior quarterback from Louisiana Lafayette, 6'1 1/8", 207 pounds. So they now have chosen 3 players, 35 picks through the draft so far. 6 have been cornerbacks. Tells you how important it is to cover some of these big wide receivers.
The safety, Todd Johnson, to Chicago.
He's 6'1", 200-pounder, a guy that is very smart, understands the position. He's experienced at both free and strong safety. Very battle-tested against elite competition in that SEC. He had 17, 18 tackles in several games over the last 3 years. When you look at Todd Johnson, a guy that I think can be a good guy to work into the mix, back up early, special teamer early on. Because he's so experienced, because he can play both free and strong, Susie, he would have value in this era of free agency where you have a guy now starts out as a backup. Eventually, 2-3 years down the road, could be pushed into the starting mix.
And this is Chicago kind of player. It really is. I mean, a tough guy, a hard-nosed guy. I think he'll fit in great with Chicago as they try to revitalize their program.